Nobody comes into this house without paying the price.
Not here! Not ever!
Man, you work all year just to get to this point. It is the NBL Season 51 Super Bowl as we've got the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Nick Mazesco alongside the Commissioner Bomber. Bomber, it's been I think, I don't want to say it's exceeded expectations. I think we all expect it to be great, but it has been a fantastic season, the return to NBL, and guess what? We finally reached the Super Bowl. We're finally here with two squads. I'm not sure beginning of the year people would have been like, this is going to be our Super Bowl. I think that's the best part of NBL is all the parity.
Yeah, we had to remember how this preseason started for Tampa. This is a team that came into this with just questions at that quarterback position. They knew one thing. Baker Mayfield was not their guy since the inception of this NBL cycle. It was just who are we going to find and how are they going to fit in? Man, Trey Lance has laid himself a plan to be a franchise quarterback there in Tampa Bay.
It is going to be the Ravens with the ball first. Shotgun formation, no surprise. See number 8, Lamar Jackson at the helm. And I'm going to start off what you're going to see, I think, a lot of today from this Baltimore Ravens squad. A whole lot of options running it with the Ohio State product, J.K. Dobbins.
Very similar offenses. Remember, my Lions, I've watched them take on Tampa twice. I've watched them play the Ravens this season as well. The Ravens, it was a very close game down to the end, but what I saw was a Baltimore Ravens team that thrives under pressure, in the clutch. They make the right decisions, and yeah, having that ability with Lamar Jackson to take off has been absolutely a gift in NBL Season 51.
2nd and 8, play action. Lamar back to pass. In trouble town goes Lamar, and who else? The big man in the middle, Vita Vea.
We got a spread we're going to talk about here in just a second. We also have some these prop bets. Who do you got NBL season, Super Bowl 51 here?
Yep.
What do you got at MVP at the end of this game? And I'll tell you your odds.
Honestly, I think at the end of this game, we're going to be looking at, well, after that throw, probably, I think Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance is a great story, and I think that's where the voters are going to be, is with the guy who nobody expected to be starting, nobody, let alone be in a Super Bowl. And I think it's just the perfect story to cap off the season.
Plus 125. He is the most favorited to become MVP of this Super Bowl. And, man, I came into this game thinking, Nick, I don't know which team I'll pick. I just absolutely have seen Tampa so much. I believe in Tampa so much more. But I went back and looked at the game logs for Baltimore, and they've been so impressive down the stretch. I'm still torn. You got your prediction? Maybe if I hear yours, I'll feel a little bit better about mine.
Of who's taking home this game?
Yeah.
I think this one is going to be – this is maybe one of the most evenly matched – I mean, we've had a lot of them, 50 other Super Bowls, Bomber. And we've had everything from blowouts and ones that look like runaways at the beginning to close games to barn burners. There's the defense. Roquan Smith on the blitz. Listen, at the end of the day, I've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on top in this one, but I've got this at 24-20. I think this is going to be a close game. There's going to be some scoring. I think it's going to take a second for these offenses to get going, but we're going to see the second half they really open up.
Yeah, let's see what happens. That's 24-20. You got Tampa taking this one. Man, I'm right there with you. You said evenly matched teams, similar play style. We have not seen that too much. Oh, it's just a miss there from Trey Lance on a 3rd and long. Both of these teams, their defenses are sneaky. I'm not going to say sneaky good, but they kind of sneakily lead these teams when we really just talk about these offenses most of the time.
Right.
But I'm going to go here. I'm going to go 27-24. I'll play the other side. I'll go Ravens 27. We'll go Ravens 28.
Okay.
Tampa Bay 24.
He's starting the chat saying 27-21 Baltimore. I think there's just early nerves. I think that's what we're going to see. We're going to see these offenses. Listen, neither Lamar nor Trey Lance would anybody look at and put them in the top 5 of passers. These guys are incredibly athletic, but they're going to miss some throws. And I think who's going to be able to establish the run game is the question. And that's why I like Tampa. I think that Tampa run defense up front with Vita Vea, who's already made a play in this game, it's going to make things tough for Lamar. It's going to turn him one-dimensional, and I just don't know if Lamar can go out and win a one-dimensional game.
I don't see him, especially if the one dimension is dropping back in passing. Sadly, maybe if it was running, and the running game was just so established. With
Just as we set
gone.
Tampa's run defense,
JK.
there goes J.K.
Get it.
Dobbins, and guess what? He might be called J.K., but he's not kidding out here to the end zone.
2-7, putting 6 on the board, 7 pending this extra point. You got to love what you see. And that's what I'm saying. Nick, if Lamar went one-dimensional and J.K. Dobbins was running like that and Lamar was just essentially keeping the ball instead of giving it to him and they were running that great, I could still see them winning this game.
Absolutely.
They don't really need to pass it. They can get that run game established because Lamar is just so dangerous off the option.
First big play of the game going the way of the Baltimore Ravens take a 7-0 lead. Big shout out to our NBL sports. They got the Ravens plus 4.5 in this one. So you can see the Bucs sitting there and looking at this Raven squad and having
none of us took it. All of us took Tampa in the points.
Yeah.
I got 28-24.
And here's the thing. I think that's what the Bucs do. They give you that number. They're dangling out there going, look, 4.5, that's a lot of points.
Yeah.
Take the Ravens.
It does split me. I mean, you have Tampa Bay together, so.
Yeah.
And it could pay big here. Well, there's
oh,
an RPO
no.
there to the left.
But if this is what
Dangerous.
Trey Lance is doing today, it's going to be all Ravens because that is 2 throws for Trey Lance. 1 deep, 1 screen pass, neither close.
There's only so far nerves can really, be the reason and acceptable reason into this game. We're about halfway through the first. The fans aren't going to be happy with still kind of filling out the game for Trey Lance. Let's see if we get a nice throw underneath.
There we go. There's a little rhythm throw, and that's somebody who's going to get involved in this game. We know how good Mike Evans is. He is the number 1 target on this team, and if Trey Lance can hook up with 13, that opens everything else up.
Absolutely, and what he does after the catch, he's not an easy bring down. This is the 5th seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on.
How about a 5 seed, by the way? A wild card getting to the Super Bowl.
Baltimore 7th seed. So this is a
2
7
wild
seed versus
cards.
a 5th seed. And 2 teams. Well, Tampa came on great early in the season, kind of hit a couple of roadblocks there in a tough division. They finished 10-7. Baltimore came on late, absolutely amazing. They finished 11-6. So these are probably 2 of the hottest teams in the league going into the playoffs as well. And Montez Sweat returned today for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as well.
It's a big return for them. As Chris Godwin gets his first catch, 1st and 10 for the Bucs. Trey Lance back to pass, stepping right, throwing right, and there is Palmer with the catch. So 3 completions to 3 different receivers on this drive.
As you see Baltimore doing a good job disguising their defense, you're seeing it a lot, especially in man coverage here. That roll to the right, I'd like to see Trey just hit the halfback there. That seemed like he could have got to the edge. Instead, play is safe. Oh, he's going to be open here. 11-yard gain there for Trey Lance. 2 yards from the red zone. What you're going to have to watch today is how successful Tampa is inside the red zone. During their last 8 games, they were a top 3 team in the red zone offensively, putting up touchdowns instead of field goals. Let's see if they can continue that trend.
The left side, there's a first down, and Trey Lance continues to spread this ball around. There's Stoll with the catch, his 2nd of the game. And just like that, Tampa, whereas Baltimore hit the big play touchdown, Tampa working their way down the field.
Yeah, get into the red zone. The field's shrinking. These are the toughest touchdowns to score in the NBL. Tampa got to stay with you here.
1st and goal. Lance throws it out of the backfield. Looking Rashard White fighting for the end zone. He will be taken out of the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal. That may take us to the end of the first quarter.
Tampa came into this game, out of the regular season. They were 11th rushing and 4th passing the ball offensively. And the majority of these statistics are going and leading towards Mike Evans. 61 catches, only 2 drops in the regular season, just over 1,300 yards and 12 touchdowns. He was the leading force here for this wide receiver unit. Just been absolutely amazing. Let's see if he can get some action here on the goal line.
2nd and goal. Ball right at the 1-yard line 4 wide set, 3 to the right side, 1 to the left side. It will be handoff for Rashad White. And when your O-line blocks like that, it makes things pretty easy for your running back, Rashad White, into the end zone.
Hey, I don't know what the Ravens linebackers saw at the beginning of that defensive stance. They kind of spread the line out a little bit. They're talking to the corners over there. Maybe they thought it was some type of RPO action with maybe a run to Trey Lance. Instead, they just run it up the middle, and they pick up an easy-peasy touchdown. And we're tied up 7 apiece here just into the second quarter.
Kick is away. And now we see Baltimore hasn't had to drive the ball down the field because, well, turns out when you hit a 75-yard touchdown run, there's no need for long drives. We'll see if this Tampa run defense recovers. That's got to be a little gut punch to give up that big of a touchdown, especially when you're known as a stout run defense.
Yeah, but maybe they can flip a switch here and flip it a little bit into their favor and say, hey, Lamar hasn't got a lot of reps so far. We're a quarter into this game. My offense has now found rhythm. They've drove down. They picked up a couple 3rd and longs. They got into the red zone, bing, bing, boom, into the end zone. So maybe Lamar, 5:45 left, hasn't really thrown the ball too much. Maybe Tampa can kind of use that as an advantage here if Lamar comes out just a little gunshot.
7 apiece. You're in the second quarter. Lamar Jackson out of that pistol strong formation. 2 wide to the right side, 1 to the left side for Zay Flowers, one of the favorite targets of Lamar Jackson. An absolute superstar out there. J.K. Dobbins behind Lamar Jackson. The Louisville product back to pass. Blitz picked up nicely. Tight coverage, but Zay Flowers makes the catch and almost goes up and over a defender to pick up the first down.
Girdling, it's dangerous. Gonna move the chains there. Zay Flowers. So what you had was some slant action and a lot of verbiage that was non-verbiage for Lamar Jackson. What he just wanted was that zig out of that slot. He ended up getting it, and they picked up the first down.
Right back to the ground they go. J.K. Dobbins picking up 2 good run defense there from Tampa Bay. Who else? Vita Vea, number 50. Keep your eye on him all game long.
I wonder what J.K. Dobbins' MVP odds were. Seeing the others, or was he was probably mentioned, starting halfback.
Had to be.
Man, I think he was in the thousands. Let me know in the chat.
Lamar looking corner route, and for the first time we find the Mandrews. Mark Andrews, corner route. He goes down on the play. Doesn't look too dinged up. Might just need a breather there. That's going to be a big loss for this passing attack if they lose their big tight end.
That was a very nice speed corner there. Just a timing thing. Even with the defender squared up in good coverage position, you know where your guy's breaking. You trust that he's going to break and give you some space, and that's what he got. Looks like a lower back strain there, Nick, for our Mandrews man of the hour, Mark Andrews, one of the top targets here in Baltimore.
See if he's able to come back into the game. 4 wide set. Flowers going to motion from left to right. By the way, J.K. Dobbins plus 1,500 for Super Bowl MVP. Lamar on the left side, a little curl route right in between the zone, and there's Mark Andrews' backup, Isaiah Likely with a catch. Certainly one of those players, Isaiah Likely. Physical specimen. This is a guy that if that's who they have to run with, I think Lamar's pretty happy.
Yeah, and he's distributing the ball all over the place right now, looking phenomenal. So I was wrong. There's no rust, no confidence issue with Lamar Jackson right now.
There's Likely again.
The ball quick and right back to your man.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if there's any change up from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're sitting in this double A gap defense, back-to-back plays, and right there, that was good recognition from Lamar. The quick throw, that's the danger of that double A gap bomber is those linebackers can't get out quickly.
You're bailing out too many guys. Lamar's going to find out. He's going to know, and he's going to say, hey, I'm going to let my guy get over the top of you real quick and hit him with a nice Stanley steamer over the middle of the field.
Lamar in trouble. He'll pick up a yard, and that's what's crazy about Lamar. Even these plays where it looks like, oh, he's going to get sacked, he's going to get taken down in the backfield, he finds a way to pick up a yard.
He still picks up a yard. Yeah, he missed the man over there on the right side, but, man, he had so many guys coming down on his face. He made pause. He made sure, though, that he steps up and falls forward.
There's 27.
Said, wide open.
Plus 1,600 for MVP.
Oh, let him get in there. Who's got 100 on him to win 16?
I have a feeling that he might be getting the ball here.
Who's his favorite right now? If you could go back, you thinking J.K. Dobbins could really be the –
Yeah.
Because we both said this is going to be a low-score game. There's only a couple more touchdowns. out there for Baltimore if they score this one.
Lamar left side taken down. I wasn't really a wrap-up tackle. He just sort of used the old butt cheeks to take him down. And I'd probably just sit down.
He's been out for 6 weeks now, Montez Sweat. This is a big return for them. The fact that he's able to get there and show his speed and get outside and defend that option is what a guy like him is going to be asked to do a lot at that defensive end position.
Empty it out. 5 wide for Lamar Jackson. Down Mark Andrews. Drops back, goes to that quarterback draw. Can he get there? No, he cannot. 3rd and goal. So J.K. Dobbins has done a lot of work.
Just hand it to Dobbins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. J.K. Dobbins has done a lot of work.
Ever since we brought it back, it's almost like there's some shoe in here with Baltimore where they don't want Dobbins to get the MVP.
Sonny,
why can't we get we need a Dobbins touch.
Sonny in the chat asking, what are the odds for Porter to throw 60 interceptions next year?
I mean, better than they were the last year.
Here it is. J.K. Dobbins with a carry, and he breaks a tackle, and he hits the end zone. His 2nd of the day.
You give it the 2-7, he's going to give you 6 back. Wow. Look at this. Fights one man off, and then he lets Montez Sweat push him into the end zone. Ooh, J.K. Dobbins looking good.
Kick is up and good. And Bomber, you want to talk about a game plan that is going to work in Baltimore's favor. It is slowing this game down, limiting the number of possessions, and putting these drives together where they used almost the entire 2nd quarter clock. If that's what Baltimore can do against a defense that's supposed to be able to stop this, this is going to be advantage Ravens.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a team that started 0-4, finished 11-6. That means they were 11-2 the rest of the season with the remaining 13 games.
In a tough division, by the way.
And you want to hear some crazy J.K. Dobbins stats? 4 of the last 5 games, he hits over 100 yards. I mean, he's bouncing along the 73, 51, 41. This guy's making it happen, and he's breaking tackles. He's extremely confident right now.
Ooh, injuries starting to pile up. Trey Palmer with the catch. He's got 3 on the day. Stands up and then goes right off the field.
Yeah, maybe a little stinger. He used to call him not as bad as he originally thought. Didn't want to milk it too much. There's a dangerous throw, but a dot nonetheless.
The snap throw. I mean, talk about taking this snap to throw under a second. But when you got number 13 out there, when you got Mike Evans,
yeah,
the A&M product.
You got the throw. You got the arm of Trey Lance just driving the ball there.
Little space, a little screen concept. There goes Gage up the right side, inside the 20. Juke move inside the 15, gets taken down to the 13-yard line. Creative use as we got it looks like we're getting reports it's a pectoral strain for Trey Palmer, but he should be good to come back into the game.
That's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. You know, the king of disguising their defenses, the Baltimore Ravens. You don't want to get too hike, throw happy because they might just trap you into a turnover. Something to watch for later in this game.
Nice run defense there. That was Odafe Owe in the backfield. It's back to Rashad White trying a little inside zone. It was Pierce on the interior. So they go to the ground game. The pass game gets them down here. Tampa goes to the run game. And, if they thought they were as effective as Baltimore run game, they are learning quickly that is just not the case. Honestly, I'd run the ball here, Bomber. They're in dime defense. I'd be handing this to Rashad White.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he bounces outside for not.
Got one man to beat there. You got Queen coming up to make a tackle, but you still got 6 yards in front of you. Maybe you can get downhill, make a move there, make a man miss right there. Look, he's one man to beat. And he picks up. Instead, he bails it out.
That was some Stevie Wonder run vision right there. As they're going to utilize this clock, kick this as close. As kick is up and is good. 24 seconds remain. Tampa cuts into this lead. Baltimore's going to have an opportunity here. Even no timeouts. Don't know if this is what Baltimore is built to do with your wide receiving core, Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Odell Beckham. But just takes one pass into field goal range to get some points. Let's see how aggressive Cougs and the Ravens are.
And you don't want to get caught dropping too much back if you're Tampa because Baltimore, they have 0 timeouts. Yeah, you're going to drop everybody back here. And maybe Lamar could pick up some with his legs. He's going to have to get out of bounds. But, yeah, no timeouts for the Baltimore Ravens. Timeout for Tampa. And once again, They're in those gaps, very flat. This is a much better defensive.
Oh, where are you
lineup
dropping
than
back to?
before.
Where are you dropping back to? You want to see what the other end zone's like? 5 of 7, 69 yards. Nice.
Looks like some miscommunication with the wide receiver there. Lamar Jackson getting into it down the field. What do we have here for 19 seconds, 2nd and 10, no timeouts?
Second down, 18 seconds left. Looks over the middle, and he's got Rashad Bateman. No timeouts, 14 seconds. Let's see what this runoff looks like. Can they get it? No, they cannot. And we will head to halftime. 14-10, Ravens with the lead. They really dominated TOP in that first half, able to put together some nice drives. And heading into the second half, you got to think if you're Baltimore at halftime, you feel like you're in great position to take home a Season 51 Super Bowl title.
And they did a phenomenal. Absolutely, Nick. If I'm Baltimore right now, I'm thinking the ring's coming our way very, very soon. I haven't seen anything out of Tampa that really has me thinking, all right, Tampa still got this. They're going to go to this. They just haven't had any, anything that identifies them as someone that can overcome this 4-point deficit. But Baltimore's doing a good job. You said TOP. They're doing a good job of scoring and not leaving much time for Tampa.
Seems like a big drive with Tampa getting the ball to start the second half. 14-10 the score. It's Trey Lance in the shotgun. Not a lot of offense from Tampa in that first half. And Rashad White catches out of the backfield. Man, that's the one thing that would concern me if you're a Tampa fan. That run game just has been non-existent so far.
Hey, you're not getting anything easy for Trey Lance. This is a young quarterback, first time in the spotlight. Watch this. Last two coverages have been man coverage, and they've been straight up. Trey Lance should know, hey, I need to get my man beaters out there. Let's see if he picks this up.
Little shovel pass action, and he finds Rashad White, who picks up the first down. Creative play there from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, you had the slot on the right side, beat the man right off coverage. I don't know if that was already pre-designed there, the little shovel pass, but it's a nice pickup there. Moves the chains. Tampa doing some business here a minute into the second half.
Nowhere to go for
Not
White
on the ground.
6 carries, 7 yards, but does have a touchdown. Shout out to everybody hanging out in the NBL chat. I see Z, Tout, Quibble out there, Slam, Miller, Tally, Redemption, Ura, Flair. Good to see everybody tonight. Happy Football Sunday. Appreciate you taking time out of your day to tune into the NBL Season 51 Super Bowl. Nick Pizzesco, Bomber, along with you. This is always an exciting time, not just because we get to crown a champion, Bomber, add another name in the NBL Halls of Legacy, but it's also fun for everybody else because now you get to talk about offseason, all those people who didn't reach the goal of getting to the Super Bowl. Going to see a lot of player movement. We get the NBL draft. This is always just a fun time to be a part of the Madden Bomber League.
Optimism is at its highest right now. You even got them damn Las Vegas Raiders thinking they can win something right now.
All right,
going into the offseason.
Settle down. Got him.
Well, he's messaging me with extreme hype.
Oh, my bad. I mean, good
False
hype.
hope is at its finest.
Good hype. Sorry.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are excited for the offseason, and there's going to be some phenomenal free agents out there. If you got the dough, make those payments. But, man, there's going to be some big payments, but there are going to be some big-time players out there. I'm interested to see who locks down some of this talent we know is going to hit free agency. Because it ain't going to be Detroit.
Lance scrambling, throws this one away.
Cute on a 2nd and 1 here, right? 2nd and 1, you try to get some play action, and Baltimore's playing bend don't break.
Really don't
I
hate
could
it.
have just ran and picked it up.
If you're gonna take a shot, that's when you take it. Update from the Nick Pizzesco household. Baby going to take a nap. Good night, baby. Nice play, Evans.
Uh-oh.
Down to the 1-yard line goes Mike Evans.
Is this it for her? 6:30? What time is it over there?
It's 4:30.
Oh, it's not.
This is
You're
afternoon.
4:30. Okay, so she gets back up, what, like 6:30?
Yeah, we'll do dinner and then
night out?
she goes down about 8:30.
Okay.
There's no camera, so. Hi, Peanut. I'm being stared at by a almost 1-year-old. Uh-oh! He jumps the route at the goal line. Simpson the other way. He's got green grass in front of him. Can Mike Evans run him down? He's inside the 50. He's inside the 40. He's going to get out of here like a doctor in the 50s. He's making a house call.
Ran stride for stride with that guy the whole length of the field. He's got to be absolutely exhausted. That was a 100-yard chase down that never happened. Man, Simpson steps inside, gets the great beat on the ball. And what did I say earlier about these quick throws? Baltimore does such a good job disguising their defense, Nick. And what happens? They do a good job disguising it. He thinks he's got an instant throw to the flat. He makes the read. They get the pick 6.
Man, oh man. Looking like the juice was loose there, seeing Simpson down the sidelines. Madden Dad saying that might be game. He's already calling GG's in the chat.
What do you think? 10-21? We had Tampa winning this. You had it going 24-20. Still a shot for 24-21.
Got a shot here. I think if you're Tampa right here, this can't be a long drive. You don't want to give this ball back to Baltimore with their run game with like 3 minutes to go in the ball game. You've got to be thinking, I want to score in the early parts of the fourth quarter, ideally in the third, but in the early parts of the fourth quarter at least. I don't know if establishing the run game here is going to do you anything, though.
Yeah, that's the first time they've ran on second down. When they didn't pick nothing up on it on the first down, they came out second down. I don't know if it's the main call here. They made a check to a run, but they like what they saw. They handed off. They picked up the first down. Where was this in the first half? If you're going to stay with the run or establish it, you got to stay with it.
See, and I don't love that throw. You're throwing hash mark to hash mark. Takes so long to get that ball over there.
Yeah. And you're risking that pick. That's a pick 6. I mean, if the guy, any beat on the ball, and he holds on to it, there's nobody chasing him down. So, yeah, dangerous, lengthy, long throw to pick up 3 yards for Trey Lance.
2nd and 7. Lance stepping up. And first time we're going to see Lance really take off. And, I mean, Marlon Humphrey just hit stick the ghost of Abraham Lincoln. I mean, there was nobody there.
I don't know what his vision looked like, but I'm telling you, he had to have been seeing some type of turbo movement where, I mean, you're seeing nothing but flash in front of you. That was the only way I can explain that attempt at that tackle, because Trey Lance just completely shook Marlon Humphrey.
Lance back to pass. And he's going to take a shot. And he's got Palmer. Trey Palmer. He's going to find the end zone. The defibrillator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've got some life.
That's just too easy. And we've seen that a couple of times. Baltimore get a little cute. It's almost like they're in man coverage, right, Nick? And then they're playing underneath on it. So they're allowing you to kind of take off upfield, and they're waiting for any kind of dig or any kind of deep comeback. They're playing way underneath, and right there they end up getting burned as that turns into it was almost a slant into a seam. That's just a great recognized awareness there for Trey Lance, and way to stay with it on that drive. Yeah, they did run the ball a couple more times than usual, but it didn't seem like it hurt them too bad on the clock. We got a 4-point game here. I did say 28-24, right?
Yeah, I said 24-20. So we're both in the right range.
Yeah, I didn't expect. I saw the over at, I think it was at 53.
Yeah, it's way too high.
And I thought, man,
that might have been a bookmaker
I'm
glitch.
Under.
That might have been a bookmaker glitch. I don't think they meant to say 53. I think somebody put in the wrong digit.
These are two very similar style teams. We both came into this game thinking the defenses on both sides are going to have a lot of success here. They're going to cause some problems offensively. Lamar Jackson has just been able to get some big plays and made the right decisions. They're already at 21 here. They're going to head into the fourth with about 20 seconds left. Here, 2nd and 8.
Lamar back to pass. Over the middle. Finds Isaiah Likely, but nowhere to go. As good job keeping the receivers in front of him for this Tampa Bay defense. That'll take us to the fourth quarter. Let's see some fours up in the chat. It's 21-17, anyone's ball game as we head to the final period of this season 51 Super Bowl.
Baltimore scored a touchdown in every quarter as Tampa had 10 points in the second and 7 here in the third. Baltimore's just been consistent today, Nick. It just seems like, man, they just seem, if they don't come away with this victory, Tampa's going to have a great story to tell. Baltimore's played a pretty good game.
Taking a shot, deep shot, looking for Trey Flowers. He has a step, but just can't get there. Just out of reach of the rookie burner.
You know, I'm thinking on that pass, that's way overthrown, right? And as the ball gets closer and closer, I'm thinking he might just get underneath this ball. It was just slightly overthrown. I know Lamar wishes he had that one back.
Tompkins nowhere to go on the return, and all of a sudden, this game has shifted. Pick six, Madden Dad in the chat, trying to be a little Nostradamus. Maybe he might be Miss Cleo instead, trying to sit there and say this game was over. All of a sudden, Tampa Bay, I'm sorry, that reference is going to go over like all the young people's heads in the chat. But all of a sudden, Tampa's kind of got their destiny in their own hands.
We are getting old, aren't we?
Damn.
They don't know who Miss Cleo is.
Call me now, child.
Hey, Dre has a chance here. 5:26 left.
Left side, that's
gives him
a
another
dangerous throw. I don't know what Rocky Yassin was doing over there. He looked like he could have jumped that curl route to the outside, sets up a 3rd and 5.
Former Indianapolis Colts prospect now on the Baltimore Ravens. They have a solid secondary. Rocky Yassin a little bit just out of the play. I mean, that's a guy that's usually an aggressive play ball guy. He just kind of was offset a little too much, and Trey trusted his arm. But yeah, as you said, that is still a little risky of a throw.
Oh, how is that not picked off? What was Trey Lance seeing there? Maybe the visor's too dark. 4th and 5. Tampa's going to punt and trust their defense.
Wow. You have to make them pay for turnovers, for stops right there. Tampa's defense gets the stop on the Lamar Jackson overthrow. Your offense gets on the field with about 5:23 left. You hold the ball for 45 seconds, and you're punting it right back to Baltimore. This may be where the game starts to split apart.
If there's one team that can milk and cookies this clock, it is the Baltimore Ravens with their rushing offense. Let's see if they can.
We saw them in the first control the clock against Tampa.
Set them a little slip screen. It's J.K. Dobbins getting 4.
Park the bus action here for Baltimore. Let's see what goes on in this 4th quarter. 4:19 clock is a ticking.
Oh, a good keep by Lamar. Better interior defense. The edge was sealed, as looks like that was Dennis coming up the B-gap blitz right there. 3rd and 6. Monumental play here in the Super Bowl.
Force the Ravens to 3rd down has been the key to staying in games with this Baltimore team down the stretch. As I showed you, their last 13 games, they won 11 of them. Here's a 3rd and 6, biggest one of the game.
And go to the ground. It's J.K. Dobbins. 1st down, Ravens. As Shaq Barrett goes down on the play, holding his shoulder area. But how about the 1st down from the Ohio State product? J.K. Dobbins, he has been the best player on the field today.
Absolutely. You got to question that injury, though. Shaquille Barrett, he gets down and stops the clock. Could have burned off 20 seconds on this.
Are you questioning the integrity of this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team?
Absolutely. Smart. I mean, maybe an intelligent play.
Well, in fairness, Gov did cheat me on a trade about season 35. So I'll never forget that one. Set him another slip screen. Vita Vea was out there in coverage. The big man trying to make a play. Dobbins still picks up a torn labrum for Shaq Barrett. Oh, no.
All right, I'm sorry, man. I apologize.
Wow, you called him fake and he tore his labrum. Don't you look foolish?
He probably did it in the lock. He did it in the hallway on the way back.
What pressure up the interior?
There it
Levante
goes.
David with the sack, and Tampa Bay's going to get the ball back. Guap drive opportunity.
Age is just a number with Levante David. This guy's playing on a team-friendly salary, making less than $5 million this season, allowing them to stay somehow under the cap. And, man, he comes up with a big play there. He's been a leader all year for this defense. And this is a defense that, against the rush, they're top 10 in the NBL.
Here we go. 1st and 10. They need to go 82 yards. A field goal will not do it. You got to think everything is 4-down territory at this point. They go to the ground game. Rashad White, Roquan Smith makes the tackle. 2.1 per carry ain't going to do it in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that way. I'm more interested in those 2nd down runs. Nick, what just happened with J.K. Dobbins? He got a defense that he liked. Lamar did a good job auditing out. He said, oh, you're going to give me a 3-man front. I'm going to bully this. Tampa needs to do the same thing there, but let's not run against a big, a lot of guys in the box. Just throw.
I mean, that was about. He's lucky. That's those dangerous throws. When you get those drag routes underneath and you throw it behind your receiver, those are the ones that end up getting picked because there's trail coverage out there. 3rd and 8. Trey Lance, empty backfield. Look, you got Mike Evans in the slot left side. Lance back to pass, just a 3-man rush. Dangerous throw. It's batted down. 2-minute warning. He's got 3 timeouts. Does he put the defense back out there? Does he? I think you have to go for this. You're down. You're down 4.
You have to go for it. Even at the 20, even if you hold them with your 3 timeouts, you don't pick this up. Still 7-point game. You still have an opportunity to hold this team, and being on the position you are in the field, maybe beneficiary to you getting it back if you don't pick this up.
4th and 8. What could be 4th in the ball game. Empty backfield for Trey Lance, the North Dakota State product. Back to pass, 3-man rush, dime defense, throws it up, looking for Mike Evans. Let your big player go up and make a play, but Williams on the outside swats it away, and the celebration, they're thinking about it right now on the Baltimore sideline. Still 3 timeouts for Tampa, but a huge defensive stop, the defense locking down here in the 4th quarter.
I'd like to see a toss outside here to J.K. Dobbins. Oh, they're going to go weak side run.
And J.K., 10, down to the 5, timeout taken. And the champagne, I think, might be getting delivered to the Baltimore locker room, as J.K. Dobbins could have sealed this one like an envelope.
There's still going to be about a minute difference if they can get a stop here. And this is the team that got a stop on 3rd and inches on the last drive. I don't know if it's going to help them in this spread defensive line formation. We're going to find out here.
Pistol full house, hands it to Dobbins, right down the middle, 2nd and goal. Timeout taken, just 1 remaining for Tampa.
This is usually where Trey Lance on the flip side likes to keep this ball on a read option. Let's see if Lamar has been studying some film. Maybe they added it into their offense. We're going to find out here.
For a little, look like counter play there. Timeout taken, 3rd and goal. A lot of GGs out there, but if Tampa gets a stop here, Baltimore kicks a field goal. It's a 1-score game with about a minute to go. There's no world I'm even thinking about putting this ball in the air. Gonna go Lamar, runs outside, and he can dance his way to the end zone and a season 51 Super Bowl title. Lamar Jackson with the exclamation point.
Hey, I don't wonder what the corners are doing. They kind of fell into the lull trap of the block. They wanted to get inside, because that's where most of the runs have been coming up the middle. But right there, Lamar Jackson tells them blockers, let them inside. I'm going to bounce it outside. Easy peasy touchdown. And it's 28-17. Baltimore coming away with this. Hey, if Tampa gets a touchdown, I end up being right here on the score. We can get some trash time
that's
points.
That's all we care about, Bomber, is you being right on the score. You're right. See, no one cares about this game.
Hey, man, I'm right on the score, dude. I'm heading to the
casino time.
Headed to the it's casino time for me. Like the luck we had when we were in Phoenix.
Oh, my God.
The world's worst casino.
Oh, my God. All right, I'm going to sit down and play a little bit, and I'm out of money. 4 minutes. Hey, just to let you know, since I've moved here, I've gone to that casino, and it has not changed. So,
it's just a relentless money grabber.
Yeah, they're really good at it. Like, let's be honest. I think I'm like elite level supporter. They're about to rename it after me.
You've become a donor because you've lost so much.
Gila Rivo Casino is sponsored by Nick Mazesco. Gonna throw this up for Mike Evans. Oh, he makes a catch. He celebrates a little bit, and he gets a 25. The hurdle. Oh, Mike, it's not time to do the jump and splits.
After the catch, I talked about Mike Evans hyping him up earlier. That's not part of the repertoire there. Is Mike Evans inside slot here? Watch this play action.
Going to him. Hamilton almost picked up. By the way, you think How many times do you think Gov hit the Y button there?
Probably. Oh, I probably put it at 4.5.
Slam.
3.5.
Jump,
I
jump, jump,
definitely.
jump.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do it in my head. Yeah, definitely over 4.5 is what I'd say.
Up. Nope.
They're trying to make me right. Nick, they want me to be right.
They're looking out for you. Shotgun formation for Lance. 3rd and 10. Kyle Hamilton will take that one. And the celebration will begin in Baltimore. Not the first title we've seen from the city of Baltimore in the NBL, is it? I don't think it is.
Oh, not at all.
A couple times.
I remember the other one, but I know that it has happened. Wow. Congratulations, Cougs. Baltimore Ravens. Does that prove that the AFC North is the best division in the NBL?
Yeah, it was the 19-0 Z-Star year. That's right. I was trying to remember what season it was. 40-something.
Oh, Z won with them. Yeah, because he had Earl Thomas at the safety. He had that defense. That's when cover 4 could actually be used in pass coverage.
Yeah, no kidding.
Shout out to Reezy.
The Reezels.
Reezy ran it at the end of the game as a pre-vet, and the dude ran a streak with his
Just right by
halfback
him.
right up the middle.
See it.
And everybody parted the sea, dog. He was wide open.
A deep sigh of... J.K. Dobbins is your MVP, right? He has to.
Yeah, gotta be. Yeah. Give me
Cash
the
that
money.
one.
He was plus 1,600 on that one.
Zeros on the clock, and we have our new champion, the first one of the NBL reboot. It is Cougs and the Baltimore Ravens, 28-17. Bomber, it was J.K. Dobbins in the run game, and the defense from Baltimore stepped up huge. Kyle Hamilton, a couple picks, a defensive touchdown, and the Baltimore Ravens will get to spend the next year knowing that they are your NBL Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, shout out to the Baltimore Ravens. Defensively, they made Tampa fight for everything out there. Only giving up 17 points to a team like that is absolutely commendable for the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, J.K. Dobbins, he might have been the dark horse to come out for MVP candidate, but this guy absolutely balled today and made the most of his opportunities.
As Lamar Jackson raised, this is the Super Bowl trophy. That wraps up a season in the NBL. And Bomber, now everybody's got to look forward to a new NBL draft. We got off season, and how about BTF? What do we got going on with BTF?
We're gonna do an off-season episode of BTF too, probably right after a free agency, maybe round 1. We'll go live into the advance of that, and now I'm just gonna be flooded with DMs to advance it right now.
Yeah, I love that. I love that for you. I love that I'm not the one that has to do it.
And I'm going to the kitchen first, and I'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you tuning in to the NBL Season 51 Super Bowl. Stay tuned here. Make sure you hit that follow button so you know each and every time we go live. Look for an NBL draft coming up. Look for the next season 52 of the Madden Bomber League as maybe we'll crown a new champion. Maybe the Ravens will be able to defend it. It was a fantastic Super Bowl. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. We are going to get out of here. For the Commissioner Bomber, I am Nick Mazesco. The Ravens are your NBL Season 51 Super Bowl champions.